everybody. My name is Adam Rauch. I grew up pretty much 20 minutes down the road in Plainview, Long Island. That's in New York for the out-of-towners. As it was mentioned, I'm 41 years old, and I have two children, Riley and Jason. They're 5 and 7, and I'm married. I graduated from Binghamton University in the year 2000. And essentially, I use that as a launch pad to start my own sports and entertainment marketing agency, which is called One Line Agency. And today, I went real literal with this theme. I heard paradox. I'm like, I got to stay on topic. I got to stay on topic. So today, I just wanted to talk about my personal paradox and how I've used sort of the paradoxical elements that exist within myself to really drive myself and motivate myself to push forward in this world and in this life that I have. So I just wanted to kind of acknowledge the paradoxical elements in myself and show you how they kind of relate to my life and my business as it currently stands. So as it was mentioned, I don't know if anybody saw me out in the waiting room, but I am super, super shy. Beyond. Any human interaction makes me super nervous. It's just the way that I am. So in that sense, what would any natural shy person do? Of course, you sign up to do a public speaking engagement. It just makes absolutely no sense, but that speaks to my personal paradox. Like, I could be up here right now, and a lot of people might say to themselves, hey, this guy doesn't look shy, but on the inside, I am super, super shy. So what does that mean? It means that put yourself out there and really push up against those paradoxical elements within yourself, because right now I'm getting a ton of joy being out here, and it's really filling me with a lot of life. Yet when you see me out there, I'm super shy and I want to go in my shell. But if you push up against those elements, you could be shy, but you could also be out here on this red dot and talking to a room full of people and trying to inspire people at the same time. So I would say, anybody out there who has that shy gene in them, go do karaoke, give a sales presentation, go do some improv, push yourself out of your comfort zone, because otherwise you're just going to stay the same person that maybe you naturally are, but push up against it a little bit. You wouldn't believe where it could kind of take you. So as I mentioned before, I grew up on Long Island, and I had dreams of always owning my own company. I just thought I was destined to own my own company. So when I was even young, I would go and take my old Nintendo games and sell them for Sega Genesis games, just to get that upgrade. So I was very motivated from a very young age to hustle and put deals together and really, really kind of be that entrepreneur. Now, I never thought growing up on Long Island, my dreams were, hey, I could work for the Yankees, I could work for the Knicks, I could work for the Giants. But I had no clue that there was one Long Island dream that I would never even thought that would launch my personal business, and that was NASCAR. And honestly, I knew absolutely nothing, zero, about NASCAR. And it's so weird and paradoxical that the thing that gave me my springboard to launch my own company was a sport that I knew absolutely nothing about. So essentially, I had to go from race to race across the country, and what it did was it forced me to kind of get outside my Long Island bubble, I'll call it, and meet people in areas across the country like Bristol, Tennessee, Charlotte, North Carolina, Dallas, Texas, Indianapolis. And I came across with people who, if I just stayed still and just said, nope, I'm a baseball and a basketball kind of guy, I would have never met these people who gave me a much broader view of what this country and really the world is all about. So again, I never thought in a million years when you said, hey, Adam, what's the sport that's going to launch your company? And again, I'm a Long Island guy. I knew nothing about NASCAR, and it was NASCAR. Another thing I just want to admit, that as these NASCAR program really started to take fold, a lot of other corporations would come to us to put together their travel programs. And here's another paradox. I would say, yeah, sure, we could go to that amazing event at the Daytona 500 or the Masters Golf Tournament or the Super Bowl. Sure, but another secret, I'm a huge homebody. I literally hate to travel. So what do? Start a sports travel company, of course. So that's another paradox. It's just so weird how it's played out. I don't personally like to travel, so I know that about myself. But what do? Anytime that I have to travel, I just get that anxiety, but I push myself. I push and I push and I push, and it's taken me to some amazing places that I never would have been able to go to if I didn't get off the couch. So my point is really is that even though I'm a homebody, I've been forced to get out of my house and off the couch and go to places like Montana and Austin and wine country, places abroad, and I've met amazing people and seen amazing things that I would have not been able to do if I just said, well, I'm a homebody, I'll just stay at home and watch, Love is Blind. It's just, it's something that you really constantly, and it's a struggle. Anytime that I know I'm about to go travel, weeks before, I get nauseous, I get sick to my stomach, but I push past it, I recognize it, and I'm on the plane, and I'm going to some really cool destinations. So again, it's a paradox that lives within me, but I'm using it to push myself forward. As we're in like our 11th year of our company, and as I meet people who say, oh, you're a manager, you're a boss, how do you like to manage your people? Or how would you rather be feared or would you rather be loved? That's like the big question. And then I always revert back to a line that I heard on The Office that Michael Scott said, and he goes, I want people to be fearful of how much they love me. and I really do believe that. And again, it's a really nice paradox. I am a very nice person by nature. I don't have like really a bad bone in my body. So in that sense, I want to be loved. But people who work for me, and there are 3 people who came today, and I appreciate your support, but they know that my expectations of them almost make them fearful in a way of letting my expectations down. So I'm very sweet, very nice. We'll watch Ellen at 3 o'clock in the office. We go to yoga once a week. We'll do great things together. But when I'm working, I'm 110%, and I will not let anything stand in my way, nothing. Jay-Z has a great line. It says, difficult takes a day, impossible takes a week. That is how I approach my business. Like, nothing's going to stand in my way. I'm super nice about it, but I'm very, very driven. Uncool and cool. So I'm not going to lie to everybody. I feel like we know each other already. I was not cool in high school. Not at all. I still think I am super uncool. Like, I'm a little bit awkward, never been smooth, nothing. Just not cool. However, everybody runs up to me now and says, man, you have the coolest job. You own your own company. You're this, you're going there, you're doing this. And I say, yeah, but I'm still that uncool kid from high school. And again, that's the paradox that lives within me. I get to do cool things now because I've almost accepted that uncool person that lives within me, and I'm using it to motivate me. So now as I'm entering I'm in my 40s now, which I can't believe, but now I just really feel, whereas a lot of my counterparts are in dead-end jobs and they're all miserable, I am hitting my prime right now because I've accepted that I am super uncool, yet I get to do some really, really cool things. And hopefully, this is a very cool thing that I get to do, and I appreciate you guys for listening and being there. And hopefully, my message at the very end, if I could leave you with anything, is that you could be shy, and at the same time, you could be outgoing. You could be lazy, yet you could be very driven. And don't let those 2 paradoxes ever stand in your way. Use them to motivate you and kind of push you over the edge every day. Just grind it out. And hopefully, I'll see you along the journey. So thanks very much, and I appreciate it.